400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Great location, history, workforce, innovation. Is that what you think of when you hear the words Wheeling, West Virginia? Well, here's the real legacy of Wheeling. We were the first gateway to the West. We became a hub of the Industrial Revolution. We helped build the steel industry on our river, the coal industry in our hills. We became a haven for business innovation and some of the wealthiest business developers on the planet. Wheeling, West Virginia helped move the country forward. And what about now? There's a new Wheeling, one that's inviting to new and growing companies and creating jobs. It's a whole new approach, an innovative transition from an industrial-centered economy to one that brings together the best in low-overhead economic development, one that's attracting businesses with a global reach, creating new offices out of structures long forgotten, building a new energy sector revolution, and a thriving high-tech hub. A city that has turned a declining riverfront into a vibrant landmark. Building resorts and parks on iconic areas while maintaining historic integrity. Developing empty hillsides, lots, and fields into retail, educational, and healthcare destinations. Reducing tax burdens, and nurturing both small and large businesses. Once again, Wheeling is innovating, transforming, and most of all, inviting the world to live, work, and play in one of the safest cities in the U.S. What is it about this Wheeling metro area that's so inviting? Take a moment and explore. Wheeling does offer a pro-business environment, but also a pleasing blend of history, culture, fine dining, metropolitan features found both here and in our neighboring cities, outdoor recreation, and annual festivals, all guaranteed to provide you with true American hospitality. Wheeling is a riverfront city where the bluegrass meets jazz, blues, rock, and our own symphony. We are the heart of a vibrant metropolitan tri-state area with neighboring Ohio and Pennsylvania, a region of over more than 200,000 people, making us culturally alive and diverse. Located on the I-70 corridor between Pittsburgh and Columbus, Wheeling is home to a safe, comfortable lifestyle with big city amenities not found in most small towns, including Broadway shows and the historic Capitol Theater. That's why so many are saying we offer more accessibility, more centralized location, more cost savings for business, more fun with museums, shopping, nightlife, and a huge music scene. More restaurants, offering everything from our own brand of fish and our own style of pizza to great local eateries and fine gourmet dining. More development and growth. A revitalized riverfront, unique shopping at our center market, and the Highlands. State-of-the-art government buildings, global operations centers, casinos, resorts, more technology, more excellent schools, more excellent healthcare, more sports, like our own pro hockey team, the Wheeling Nailers, and a short ride to the Pittsburgh Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates. And to top it off, Wheeling is more appealing, recognized as one of the most livable small metros in the country. It all adds up to an energetic and welcoming city. Modern, progressive, and moving forward again. So now you know. Go ahead, enjoy the Wheeling Metro. Move yourself or a business here. Find a site and start or grow a company here. Explore our excellent funding sources and tax incentives. Learn about our business resources and live in the comfort, safety, and low-cost environment right here in the center of America. Wheeling, a city that's growing, transforming, innovating, inviting, and a city dedicated to making things happen for you. I'm John Corbett, and Wheeling is the place I call home.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the McDonough Center here in Wheeling, West Virginia on Cardinal Cast, and we got wrestling for you. Don Watson along with Rick Welker and Scott Jackson. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are on hand here. It is going to be an amazing event. We've got the number 4 regionally ranked Pitt Johnstown coming into Wheeling Jesuit with a 7-1 record, and our Cardinals are coming in at 8-2 on the season. Pitt Johnstown comes to Wheeling Jesuit on a 6-match winning streak, Scott, and they are 7-1, as I said, a perennial Division II power. The Mountain Cats are currently ranked 19th in the nation and 4th in the latest Super Region 1 rankings. The Cardinals, in just their second year as a program, they've put together a fantastic sophomore season. They've compiled a record of 8-2. The Cardinal wrestlers, Scott, are on a 4-match winning streak and climbed to number 6 in the latest region, Super Region 1 rankings. With just a month left to go, Scott, regional tournament is around the block here, and I'm sure both teams are preparing for that.
Absolutely, Rick. I think, I think the Cardinal wrestlers are coming in underranked. I think they're going to work their way up the ladder here to a higher ranking. If they were a seasoned team, I think they would be higher in the rankings based on what they do. But it's only their second year, and I think they're going to stun some people.
Well, and the last time that we were here in the McDonough Center, Scott, West Liberty. Absolutely, they put a shellacking on them.
Right.
It's going to be an amazing match. And we are headed, into a great evening of wrestling. 125, number 6, Dustin Warner, versus number 4, Evan Link. At 133, Scott, who do we got?
We got Nolan Whiteley, and he's going to be versus Sam Bush.
At 141, UPJ is bringing in number 2 and number 6 ranked nationally, Sam Hano, against number 6, Preston Broshire. That's going to be a pivotal match tonight.
Yes, I believe that as well, Rick. And at 149, we're going to have Skylar Terrell from Jesuit. He's going to take on the number 5 recently ranked Cole Landowski.
And we've got at 165 pounds, Reese Walbrown. We're getting a lot of static. And at 165, Reese Walbrown and Joe. And at number 2, at 165, we've got Reese Walbrown against Bo Bonzo. At 174, we've got number 5, Sawyer Lepla against John Blankenship. 184, Ryan Winslow, Scott.
I have nothing.
Adam Nicholson.
I have nothing.
At 197, Maxwell Lacey and Forrest Tuttle.
I have nothing.
And at 285, you have Corey Siegfried and DJ Sims. And we're getting underway here at the McDonough Center for the introduction of the wrestlers, followed by our national anthem.
Way better, way better.
We're going to be getting on the road here. As I said, Scott, it's going to be a great night of wrestling here. And we were talking about Wheeling Jesuit and the West Liberty, and West Liberty Jesuit just absolutely. Then they come in for the West Virginia Open, and just run away with it. A 45-point win at a college tournament is pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, right. Well, that just speaks about the accolades that have been bestowed upon Mr. Doyle when he started this program 2 years ago.
And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to turn it over to the public address announcer, Mark Delbrook, for the national anthem.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports. There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
And here we are. Welcome back to the McDonough Center on the beautiful campus of Wheeling Jesuit University here in the friendliest city, Wheeling, West Virginia.
Yeah, you got that right, huh?
And Scott, I'll tell you what, it is going to be an exciting night of wrestling. We've talked about it. We can say it time and time again, just what this team has done to the community of wrestling here. Coach Doyle, along with his coaching staff, B.J. Hedger is the assistant coach. Graduate assistant is Matt Littleton, and a volunteer assistant, Ben Giles. They have put together an amazing team. Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing some technical difficulties that we're trying to get ironed out. And as the introductions go on, Scott, what are you expecting to see tonight?
Rick, I think there's going to be an upset. I think Wheeling Jesuit's going to beat Pitt Johnstown.
Just keep going.
I think the Wheeling Jesuit's going to beat Pitt Johnstown just because I know the Wheeling Jesuit.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if you can hear
technical difficulty here, so please bear with us. We're going to get this straightened out. That worked. You there? Can you hear me?
And we're coming in broken up a little bit. We are trying to work on the static that we have right now. Let him do it.
That one.
Does that sound a little bit better, Scott?
It's this one. You there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, coming in real staticky. We're not sure how you're hearing it there. So we're going to keep going and see how everything goes. And looking forward to a great night of wrestling. And as the introductions go, Scott, I am excited about this evening's matches.
Absolutely, Rick. I'm excited as well. It's always a pleasure to come out here and watch these guys from Wheeling Jesuit. Even though they're a young team and they're only in their second year, their sophomore season, they have a phenomenal squad, and they wrestle their butts off because they're buying what Sean Doyle's selling. And as I said, of all the coaches I've known and had the pleasure of knowing, he is at the top of the class. He's a class act. He sets the standard, the bar high, and his wrestlers are trying to reach that bar that he puts up there for them. And I thoroughly believe that the Wheeling Jesuit Cardinals are going to walk out here with a win tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to see. I want to see how Sawyer Lepler responds from the last time. He's been wrestling well. The last time we were here at the West Liberty match, he had a little bit of a lead and ends up giving up some back points. And I don't see Sawyer coming back and having that issue. I'll tell you, I'm really looking forward to be honest, the match at 141. It's Bo Shire and Sam Hanau. I think it could be a pivotal match in the dual meet here.
Yeah, I agree, Rick. Especially being a early match. Well, depends on where they start. What way they're going to start with tonight?
125.
Okay, they're starting at the beginning. Being the third match of the night, that could set the stage for the rest of the matches. It could get the team pumped up, or it could be a letdown. So, like you said, if Boshire can come out and at least make it close, have a chance, I think that could inspire his team and could lead to some good positive team points.
And here we go. We're getting ready to get underway in the
125-pound weight class. The Wheeling Jesuits' Dustin Warner versus Evan Link.
And Warner checks in, and here we go. I'm not sure of the official for tonight's match. And here we go. Wheeling Jesuit is in the black. They will have the green ankle bands on. And Pittsburgh Johnstown will be wearing red anklets, and they're wearing the Pitt gold that we see on the University of Pittsburgh.
Here we go, and they're wrestling.
And we're underway. Head-to-head tie right out of the gate, center of the mat. Fake shot by Warner. Spins out. Guys just kind of feeling each other out here, Scott.
Yeah.
Good shot,
nice
by Warner.
There by Warner. He's in tight. Comes back up. Got to get up off your feet.
Nothing yet till he goes down. Nothing yet. There it is. 2-0 Link. Link picks up 2. Warner to his feet immediately, and they go out of bounds.
Yeah, we have a 2-0. Evan Link over Dustin Warner. I like the pace.
Absolutely.
Dustin Warner's down the center of the mat. He's getting set. Gets his hands on the line. The ref tells Mr. Link to get on top. He places the left hand and the right, and we're off.
And it doesn't look like Warner has too much problem getting to his feet, but getting his hands off the mat, there's a lot of forward pressure by Link, working ahead a little bit.
Right.
Warner
nice
to his feet, got hand control, and he breaks away 2-1. Pitt Johnstown Link. And here we go, back to action on our feet.
Little fake to the right. Link is still leading 2-1. Dustin Warner trying to fill him out a little bit. Little head bump, tying up in the middle of the mat.
Link is coming with an aggressive tie up there, head-to-head tie, working the hands, trying to get some good head position there. 2:06 remaining in the first period on the running clock. 2-1. Link of Pitt Johnstown.
Rick, I like the way Warner's pushing the pace here. He's wrestling a guy that's ranked higher than him, but it seems to me like he's in there, he's being aggressive, and he's trying to push the pace and wrestle his kind of match, and that's how you win these things.
And they both seem to be small 125-pounders. There's no
nice.
They're very similar body styles, similar wrestling styles. Warner comes out aggressive, takes a shot on Link, and gives up the takedown with some good defensive wrestling by Link.
Yeah, but you know what? You got to appreciate the aggressiveness. Like, he's in there nice and tight on a single leg. If he can get his head up off the mat and get up out of there. But Evan Link, he defended it well, and they're back on their feet in the center of the mat, tied up head to head. Trying to get hand control, maybe going for a shuck or a snap down or something like that.
Well, Warner's able to get in, and he's just not having a lot of success finishing. So that's the difference of the match right now, 2-1. 12 seconds of riding time for Link, not a big factor at this point. I don't think it will be throughout the match. But once, as we know, Warner is not a slow starter, but he can come back and he can put some points on the board pretty quickly.
Right, and he feels comfortable. He seems to be, working his stuff. Like you said, he got in a couple single legs pretty deep. He got caught in the first one. Evan Link threw him down. He got his 2 points, but he was in really tight on a couple of shots there, and I think if he continues to be aggressive like that throughout the rest of the match, I think he can get that point back.
And I think for the audience's sake, from this point forward, we're going to use more technical terms than threw him down.
Okay, let's do that. He snapped him down with a front head shuck. How about that?
He's out of bounds. They go out of bounds again. They're coming center. Once again, scored 2-1. 39 seconds remaining first period. 125-pound match. Once again, Warner in on a shot, unable to finish. Not getting a real good setup, and he's getting himself in bad position. Fought out of it well. Nothing yet. Warner with a little bit of a scramble. A little bit of a scramble. Once again, out of that scramble, right back where we started.
Right.
Just
There was
in
a lot going on
situation.
there. There was a lot going on there.
We're going to get a scramble. We should be getting a stalemate.
Stalemate.
I thought it took a little bit longer to give that stalemate. Nobody was even attempting to move. They were happy to give up the stalemate.
Right.
Great scramble. You have to say that realistically, Warner won that battle there on the scramble. Once again, in the center of the mat, head-to-head, standing directly on top of the Cardinal. Nobody moving, just right there. Little slide-by attempt. 3, 2, 1. That's going to be the end of the first period. And we're going to have Evan Link with a 2-1 lead over Dustin Warner of Claymont, out of Claymont High School in Denison, Ohio.
There was a lot of action there, Rick, and we have Dustin Warner. He takes down. Who got the choice there?
I believe it was actually UPJ's choice that they chose to defer to the third period.
Okay, yeah, Warner takes down. Evan Link, it's on. Places the right hand.
I wouldn't be surprised to see this go to 2-2 here pretty quickly, but off the whistle, Warner does not look to make any attempt at a first move. We're at 18 seconds on riding time. To his feet in a Granby roll, Warner. Nothing yet. Link takes him down to back to the mat, and they should go out of bounds. They're still in bounds. For those,
that was a nice move.
For those of you that don't know, who are just watching college for the first time, if any portion of the wrestler's body is inside of the out-of-bounds line, regardless if it is on the mat or not, they are considered to still be inbounds, Scott.
Yeah, Rick, what was that? Looked like a fireman reverse that he pulled there at the end.
Well, I don't know if it was so much of a great attempt by Warner or if Link had relaxed because they were out of bounds.
Right.
But with that being said, we know we can score on him. We're going to need to get a better first move off the top here. Riding time is climbing rapidly at 37 seconds with a 2-1 lead for Link. Warner's going to have to get to his feet, and I think he's going to have to try to work on something outside of that Granby, which Link seems to be able to defend.
Evans posting out that left leg. It looks to me like Link is doing a spiral ride there, trying to keep Dustin down the mat, and he's been doing a pretty good job so far. Dustin's got that left leg posted out. He better watch he doesn't throw a cradle in there on him.
Riding time is now at 1 minute, so we do have the riding time advantage for Link. It's at 1:05 and counting. It's 1:06 remaining, second period, 2-1 Link here in a 125-pound match at Wheeling Jesuit University versus number 4 Pitt Johnstown. Once again, Warner to his feet. He's pushing him out of bounds. And as I expected, as I said there, Scott, Link was hit for stalling. He's lucky that he didn't get hit for a flea in the match. Just obviously pushed him out of bounds to prevent wrestling from happening. And there's the difference: preventing wrestling from happening and just getting out of bounds to slow the match down.
Well, Rick, that's going to come. I think that'll come back to haunt him because you know what? I think he did that because he's tired, and I think that comes back to Dustin Warren pushing the pace here. Warren's pushing the pace. Link I think he thought he was going to come out here and score all over this guy, and he's in a tight match at 2-1. So if he gives up that 1 point and he gets hit for stalling at the end, it's going to cost him the match.
Absolutely. We've got riding time right now is at 1:32. So essentially the score is 3-1. 35 seconds remaining in the second period here. Warner getting to his feet but having no answer to get out.
He's out. Is he out?
Nothing yet. Oh, no.
Oh, he got caught.
We got him to his back there. He secured 2 back points right now. So trying to flip him through, and it cost Warner at least 2 back points here. The referee's holding it as...
He's stalling again. He needs a call. I think the ref needs a call it there.
We're going to get to the side here. 10 seconds remaining. It is now 4-1. Was not expecting to see Warner get rode for the entire second period. As I said before, I thought it was going to be 2-2 pretty quickly there. So 2 minutes and 12 seconds of riding time, which means if I'm Coach Doyle, I'm thinking going neutral, as you were. It's Pitt Johnstown chooses neutral, which I don't know if I like that call. I think it's a lot easier to score big points from neutral than it is to score.
I agree, Rick. And you know what? I think Warner's got an advantage over him on conditioning because it looked to me like Link was tired in that second period.
Absolutely.
He got called for stalling, pushing him out of bounds, and he wasn't pushing the pace. Anytime he scores a point, it looks like he just kind of lays down.
And essentially the score is 5-1 at this point because there's no way for Warner to reduce that riding time, which is 2 minutes and 12 seconds. And here in about 30 seconds, Link will have secured riding time. And they go out of bounds there, and that's a great call. Once the feet hit the gym floor, you got to call him out of bounds.
Right. Back to the center. We got a little problem here with a lace on a shoe with Dustin Warner.
Now we're getting hit for warning for tying his shoe.
Yeah, what's that all about?
So now each wrestler has been hit for a stalling warning, and he doesn't have the shoes taped, which they're supposed to. So I like the call. I like the stalling call there.
Dustin Warner caught him. He got a little too aggressive again. He got himself up. Evan Link was all over him. Did he get the 2?
Yes.
He's going to have to get some back points. Dustin Warner's going to have to get some back points. They go out of bounds. We're going to come back to the center of the mat, and we have a lead of 6-2. Evan Link at Pitt Johnstown over Dustin Warner at this point at 1:22 left to go in the third period.
Well, it just seems now at the point that Warner's taking shots just for the sake of taking shots. We need a big move here. Essentially, we're down 7-2. We got to get a 5-pointer here if we can, which isn't an easy task in a college wrestling match.
No, it's not. That's a huge obstacle to overcome. And like you said, you can't just shoot just to shoot. You have to be in a good position, because if not, then you're just giving points away.
Absolutely.
We're back in the center of the mat. The whistle blows. We have a score of 6-2. Evan Link over Dustin Warner. And we have 1 minute remaining in the third period. They're tied up. They're ear to ear in the middle of the match.
Now's a chance for Link to really start pushing the pace. He's working towards a major decision. He needs to get that 8-point spread for a major decision. And Warner's just being outmanned right now. Another takedown given up. It is essentially 9-2 at this point in the match.
I think Warner is. I think he's being overpowered physically as well. Link looks like he's able to do pretty much whatever he wants once he gets a hold of him and gets him down on the ground.
8-3. It is 8-3 right now. 9-3 with the riding time, which has been secured. Riding time is obviously a factor. Riding time at 2 minutes and 28 seconds for Link. He pretty much just rode him he did ride him for the entire second period.
Warner better watch his snap down. Link's he's putting a lot of weight on him on that front head out there, and it looks like he's going to get snapped. He's trying.
And as I said before, he's working and he's just hitting for stalling. Backing out, and that's 1 point for Link. Warner was hit for stalling. So being at really 10-3, a takedown here is going to lock up this, the match is securely locked. 5 seconds remaining. Takedown to his back.
He might put it. That's it. Clock's done. That's it.
We need to make sure that we get a tapper out there that's going to tap the official. Warner just gave it up 11-3. 3 back points.
14-3 final.
That was actually a pretty quick 5 count there, Doc, considering he got taken down. He got taken down at 4 seconds.
Right, yeah, right.
So that's I don't know. That was
to
give
a
up
quick
3
3 points. That was a quick 3 points in the last 5 seconds of the match.
Well, he couldn't even get. They were on their feet with 4 seconds remaining.
Yeah, right.
So to get thrown to your back and give up back points, to give up 3, it's got to be a 5 count, which essentially is 5 seconds.
Right. Yeah, that's a little iffy to me.
And here we go at 133 pounds, number 5, Noah Whiteley from Wheeling Jesuit University against Sam Bush of University of Pitt Johnstown. And we've really got to turn it on here and score some points. We're Jesuit down 4-0. Here we go. Underway. 133-pound match. Whiteley and Bush, center of the mat, head-to-head. Little arm control there. It looks like he's got a front headlock Bush has on Whiteley at this time. It's tough to.
Yeah, he's got his left arm way out on the hand. He's got some hand control there. It looks like he's trying to drag him through or something.
Still in the center of the mat. Front headlock by Bush, and they're back to their feet. Starting to feel each other out, square around a little bit. And
separate. Come back to the middle.
I was not, going back to the 25-pound match.
Whiteley likes to do this a lot. He did this the last time I was here. He likes to get down on the mat on all fours and kind of, crawl toward the other guy. I don't know what he's doing there.
He likes to wrestle from his knee a little bit and, attack from a low single, things of that nature.
Looks to me like Sam Bush is leaving that left ankle and that right ankle way out there. If Whiteley can pick up on that, looks like he might have a pretty decent chance at an ankle pick. He just keeps leaving that ankle way out there.
There's the first shot of this match by Whiteley. And they go out of bounds. They're going to bring it back to the center of the mat. And once again, here we go, center of the mat.
0-0, 1:58 to go in the first. Both of them step backwards to blow the whistle. I don't know what that is, but
both wrestling from the knee. A little slide-by attempt by Whiteley.
That was defended well. He caught him, stood him up kind of straight there. He's going with that front headlock again, Bush is.
Oh, he's trying to dump him through with a high crotch to a dump. No, good defense there by Bush.
Yeah, I thought he had him.
They're going to have to work their way up here. It looks like Bush has got that front headlock. It looks like a little reverse half Nelson. I
think he's reaching around and grabbed the chin. Kind of looks like it. I can't really see his hand.
Keeping that head trapped down like that, it's difficult wrestling in that position.
It's very difficult to wrestle with your head pointed way underneath your body like that. And he's got a hold of his hand, too.
At some point, there it is.
There's
it goes right from that into
it. He's got to get back there and secure that ankle.
Nothing yet in a good scramble.
He's going to keep that ankle. He's going to keep the ankle.
He who has the head higher wins these battles every single time. And 2 is given there.
I don't know how he's giving him 2 points. He's still got the leg. He can't get behind him. You know, he's going to call stalemate.
Well, I think what he was seeing was that there was 3 points of control there. He had the head and he had the far ankle, which, as weird as it looked, you know, it didn't seem like there was much control there. But that's what the referee called. Hopefully, he stays consistent throughout the night with that.
Yeah,
I think that maybe we were looking for him to lace that back leg, which he didn't do. False start. UPJ Bush with a false start.
That's a caution. We have 2-0, 46 seconds to go in the first period. Not much of a first move there coming out by Nolan Whiteley.
You know, and we've seen that from Warner, too. It just doesn't seem to be aggressive right off the whistle down there. They're willing to give up some riding time, which has already climbed to 17 seconds. Down 2-0, 133-pound match, 33 seconds remaining. You'd like to see Bush work off the hips a little bit, but, you know, Whiteley isn't doing too much. I mean,
he ain't doing anything, Rick. He's just kind of sitting there letting Bush try to get a hold of his hands and take care of the hands. There he goes. He tries to come up with a shot up out of there. Now he's up,
coming to his feet.
A triangle.
Once again, broken right back down by Bush. 12 seconds remaining, first period, 133-pound match. Wheeling Jesuit down to the University of Pitt Johnstown by a score of 4-0. Little crab ride attempt there.
Posting up, triangle.
And here we are. We are down
2-0.
2-0, 133-pound. Green's choice, Wheeling Jesuit's choice. Jesuit chooses to take down. As you were. They defer to Green. Green goes down. We need to get some of this riding time to be reduced at 53 seconds already after the first period. Underway.
Yeah, wasn't much of a first move there by Sam Bush either, but here we go with Ryan Nolan. He's trying to break him down, pull the arm back, as he's trying to flatten him out. He's got one of the legs laced, tight waist.
Sitting on his hips is definitely not where you want to be. Looks like he's trying to secure some type of a tilt, but Bush has the ankle trapped as he was trying to put in a leg. Whiteley has been able to get his hip back to get his hips back up, which is at least where you want to be. Not the position you want to be in, but it's better than where he was.
Right. He looks
now he's got a leg in, so he wants to try to stretch him out here a little bit and start working on that head for maybe a power half or a turn or a Turk or something.
Time down to about 14 seconds, which is good. Looks like he's trying to reach under and pull an arm, maybe go for a maybe a guillotine.
At this moment, riding time should be stopped going down and begin going up for the
2 seconds.
Wheeling Jesuit.
1 second. There we go.
Riding time has been erased, and it is going in Wheeling Jesuit's favor here. Bush is to his feet. He looks like he's trying to secure a Merkle. If he secures a Merkle, that's a reversal. As soon as he gets that leg in, there he goes. He doesn't have a leg laced, but he is behind him. In wrestling, for a reversal, all you have to do is get behind. You don't even need to control the leg. You just need to be behind him.
Okay.
But he's good there, but he's not doing nothing else with a stalemate. I'm not sure Coach Doyle is going to come over and say, how is that a stalemate when he's on top? It should have been a stall. I think that's what he's saying.
You know what? I think Coach has a good point there. He wasn't pushing the pace. I mean, he wasn't trying to, like you said, promote wrestling.
No.
He was just standing there, just trying to hold his position, and they called a stalemate.
And I think in that position, you have to go with a stall.
Right, because the top guy, it's his objective or his.
Well, he's got to take him to the mat.
Absolutely. Produce some wrestling.
Once again, no move. We got to get some type of first move here. But he's working the hands underneath there. Maybe he's trying to gain hand control before he gets to his feet, and that's exactly what he's trying to do.
Right,
he's got to get out, and now it is 4-1. 14 seconds of riding time is for Sam Bush. Whiteley's really got to get some offense going here. He hasn't been able to get in deep. Gives up a takedown late in the first period. Gives up 18 seconds of riding time. Gets the riding time reduced and going in his favor at the end of the second period, but then gives up a reversal, which instilled the stalemate call, which got Coach Doyle to the table for the first time this evening. And that'll be the end of the second period, Scott. 4-1, Sam Bush of the University of Pitt Johnstown.
Nolan Whiteley takes down for the Jesuit Cardinals. He's got to fire up out of there and get this thing back to 4-2, and then try to get a takedown to get right back in this match. But he's already down 14 seconds in ride time going into the third period with 2 minutes.
And here we go, underway in the third period. It is 4-1, Bush of Pitt Johnstown. Whiteley is on the mat, working the hand control again, and that's exactly what he's doing down there, Scott. He's trying to get hand control so he can get to his feet. We need to get to his feet, you know.
Get out of there and get a takedown, tie this thing back
Absolutely.
up.
And his riding time is continuing to climb, 35 seconds of riding time. And now we've gotten into a tilt position. Looks like we're getting some back points here. 2 backs, 3
backs.
He gave 3 backs and a 2 reversals. So we are at 6-3. Riding time is going down. 1:22 remaining in the third period.
It's now 7-3. Where'd the other point come from? I didn't see that.
He got 3 back points.
Okay.
So it is 7-3. 1:12 remaining in the third period. 133-pound match. Sam Bush of Pitt Johnstown.
Either let him up or put him on his back and let him out.
And it looks as though. $7-3 right now. Strange situation.
Get back or lace the leg, that's 2.
He's already got, he is actually in the top position.
He's got to give him 2. He ain't given 2 yet.
He's already in the top position at this block. Right here, he's top right now. Wheeling Jesuit is in the top. He got into a precarious situation and got around front there. So it's 7-3.
Okay.
Riding time is not a factor, and it will not be for the conclusion of the match. So we need to come up with 4 quick points here. 45 seconds remaining. It looks like Whiteley's going to go with an optional start, possibly let him up or go for a throw of some type here. It is 8-3. 45 seconds remaining, and they forgot to start the clock.
Start the clock!
And here we go, 41 seconds remaining. 8-3. Whiteley is down, the 5th-ranked wrestler in the region, the unranked Sam Bush of the University of Pitt Johnstown as they go out of bounds.
I've been impressed with Bush so far. Rick, he's been pushing the pace. He's pretty good on his takedowns, and even though he caught himself in a couple of precarious situations, he was able to work himself out of them.
You know, as much as I hate to say it, UPJ has just out-wrestled Wheeling Jesuit so far in this these first 2 bouts, and I'm surprised that we are where we are. It's going to be tough to right the ship at 141 pounds. Preston Beaushire has his hands full with number 6 ranked nationally, Sam, I believe you pronounce it Hano. And we're down, and that'll be it. 8-3, Sam Bush over Nolan Whiteley of Wheeling Jesuit. Scott, we got to figure out a way here to get this thing going in a different direction. So
I agree. You know what? In this next match, as you said earlier, and I agree, this is going to be one of the pivotal matches. Sam Hano against Preston Beaushire out of Jesuit. Sam Hano's number 2 regionally, number 6 nationally. Beaushire's going to have to come out here and leave it all on the mat, try to score some points for the Jesuit Cardinals.
You know, we can't. Here we go. This should be a fun one. This is the match I've been waiting to see all night. Here we go. Looks like. In on a shot right out of the gate.
Double leg, moves to a single leg, comes back out to their feet, center of the mat, pushing towards the table. Beaushire's back down, tries to grab a leg. Got his head stuck under in a front headlock there. It's to the out of bounds line. Hano back to the center of the mat.
2:41 remaining first period, 141-pound match. It is 7-0. University of Pitt Johnstown over your Cardinals of Wheeling Jesuit University here at the Alma Grace McDonough Center on the campus of Wheeling Jesuit University. We're head-to-head center of the mat. Hano has wrist control, got a little, and they break away once again. Only shot so far seemed to be by Beaushire.
He got in nice and deep. He just couldn't finish it. It was well defended by Hano. But I like his energy. I like the way he's going out there. He's got his chance. He's going to go out there and he's going to take every shot he can. He's going to try to win this match. And you know what? That's what the sport of wrestling is all about. Come out, take your time on the mat, and see if you can't come up on the other end of the winner's circle here.
2 minutes remaining, first period. 141 pounds. Beaushire, Hano.
Tied up in the center of the mat with a looks like a double underhook there. Pushing on each other. Pushing apart, trying to get some head control.
Well, you know, I like the pace. They've both been actively working here. Shots been taken by both wrestlers. You know, the referee, exactly what he wants. He wants to stay out of the match. He doesn't want to have anything to do with the conclusion of the match. Another shot by Hano. A little bit of a little slide by attempt, and Hano tries to get this thing in.
I like the way Beaushire is changing levels. You know, touching the head, getting up and down, getting up and down. He got in tight twice, but he wasn't able to finish. But I like the way he's wrestling.
Double overhooks there by Beaushire. Just couldn't use him to secure any takedown. Head to head again, both men pushing edge of the mat, And heading back to the center, snap down
Snap
by
down
Hano.
He's
Spin
behind.
around,
If he
nothing
can
yet.
get it down. There's 2. Did he give him 2? Yes, he did.
They gave him 2. I like the call. I believe that they were both still in bounds. There is no reaction time in college. As soon as you hit the mat, 2 points is secured. So that is 2-0 Sam Hano of the University of Pitt Johnstown over Preston Beauchire.
With 1 second to go in the first period.
No, that's riding time score.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
My bad. Wrong number.
Minute and 8 remaining.
Minute and 8 remaining in the first period.
Right as the whistle blows, right to an ankle waist. Probably the
Broken
first
flat.
move he ever learned as a wrestler when he was on top.
Tight waist,
Ankle
ankle.
waist.
Ankle waist.
Still
Driving
works.
straight flats.
You know what they say, ankle waist, half Nelsons, double legs. They're not going to get you a lot of girlfriends, but they're going to win you some trophies.
They're daggone sure going to win you some trophies.
And this is the number 6 ranked kid in the nation in Division II, and he's still using it one-on-ones, pressure
and
forward.
He's got that right leg up there tight in the crotch, pushing him. So he's using all the basics, Rick. If you look at the wrestling, he's trying to throw a leg in, nice tight waist, throwing the leg in there.
34 seconds remaining, keeping that pressure forward. Beauchire's having trouble even getting to a base.
Yeah, he's flat. You can't do nothing when you're on your belly like that. You got to get off your belly, Mr. Beauchire.
In college, they let you ride a little bit there on the hip a little bit. It's just how they do it.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's working it. Hano's working it. At least he's pushing the pace, trying to move it to some kind of turn so he can get some back points here. But Beauchire's got to get up off of that belly. You can't do nothing when you're down flat like that. You can't do nothing.
And he's already over a minute in riding time is Hano as the period comes to an end. 2-0 Sam Hano of University of Pitt Johnstown over Preston Beauchire of Wheeling Jesuit. You know, Scott, seeing a lot of action, just very little finishing is what's really, really affecting Jesuit right now in a negative way.
Yeah.
We've seen them wrestle much, much better than this. This is unusual for us to see them not staying and maintaining an aggressive posture.
But Pitt Johnstown is a good wrestling team. They are ranked higher. They got a lot. They got a good wrestling squad. They're not coming down here to just give this thing away. So, like you said, they got the number 6 nationally ranked person here, Sam Hano, who's number 2 regionally ranked. So there's going to be some good wrestling tonight, no matter how you look at it.
And a illegal figure 4 to the body was just called on Beauchire, giving Hano another point. Riding time is now under a minute, so that has been deducted. So we were at 3-0 with 1:47 remaining. Second period, 141-pound match. Number 6 nationally ranked Sam Hano against number 6 regionally ranked Preston Beauchire. And Hano is out pretty easily, back on our feet, head to head, and a little bit of tie, standing directly on top of the beak of the Cardinal.
Touch and go there, trying to fill each other out again a little bit. Nice deep single leg. He's in tight. Beauchire's in tight. Looks like he's going to get a takedown here if he can secure the legs. His head stuck between Hano's legs.
Great scrambling right there. Stalemate. 1:18 remaining. Great shot there by Beauchire. He's got to be able to finish.
Yeah, you're right. And like I said, at the beginning of the match, he was in there deep twice. He just didn't finish.
And you know what? He was unable to secure. I believe that his attempt at a finish was defended greatly. Looks like we got blood time, but he was defended. It was great defense. By
the opponent
Hano.
the opponent always has a say in it. You know what they say? You can make all the plans you want when you're in the military, but the enemy has a say in your
Every
plans.
plan is phenomenal on paper.
Right. But you know what? The plan goes out the window when the whistle blows.
Absolutely.
Because your opponent always has a say in the situation. And like I said, Beauchire had a great shot. He was in deep. I think his shoulder was clear into the crotch, come around tight, and then Hano just defended it perfectly. Laid him out flat and tied him up and caught a stalemate. Give up no points.
And I believe in blood time in college, there is no limit. You can bleed, there's no time limit because we don't see any time running. I'm not sure, I need to check on that, but I believe that there is no blood time. Anybody out there wants to send me a text on what that rule, I'm not sure of it. I haven't seen it much.
I am not as well. Maybe the doc, he just sneaked off here. We could ask him that. He might know.
But you know what the great thing is while we have a break in the action here, to take the opportunity to talk about how the season's going. High school season is in the middle. It's where they call it the grind, the dead space at the end of January before you get into postseason play. We're there. Wheeling Park's got some wrestlers in it. It's going to be a great end of the season. Here we go, back to action. Second period, 1:15 remaining. 4-0 Sam Hano of the University of Pittsburgh Johnstown. Head to head in the action. Slide by right to a leg.
Wizard. Step over. What we got here?
Another takedown.
Takedown by Hano.
6-0. It is now 6-0 Hano 57 seconds remaining in the second period, Scott. We need to start, worrying about.
That was a nice slide by. He shucked him right past, reached back, got a hold of the leg, and when he stood up, he reached around and grabbed the leg. Got his two points for his takedown.
It was a great slide by. And once again, Hano had a plan for it. He got slid by and went down to a single, and And at this point, we're starting to get to a point where we got to start worrying about more bonus points, getting down essentially 11-0 after 3 matches.
Right.
And it's just getting very, very, very tough.
Yes, but you know what? Beauchar's wrestling tough. He's just his opponent's he's a good wrestler. He wouldn't be ranked nationally number 6 for being a slouch. So he's defending everything he's done well. He's gotten his opportunities. Like I said, a couple of great shots, got in nice and tight. But Mr. Howell said, we ain't doing that. I ain't giving that to you.
And Beauchar was just hit with a stall, and Hano has not come off the hips. So it's just, strange on that stall call there. I thought that Hano would have to come off the hips. I didn't, unless Beauchar may not be showing any activity down there with 3 seconds remaining in the period, and that's it. After 2, it's 6-0. Sam Hano.
You know what about that though, Rick? When you're laying flat on your belly, when a guy's got a leg in, he's got he's hitting you with a cross face. There's not a lot you can do except for trying to get out of it. I think the ref is real fast on some of his calls. But I'm not a ref, so.
If he's been consistent, that's all we can ask for. And Beauchar, down 6-0, chose to go neutral, obviously looking for some big moves. For wrestling fans out there, through the first 3 matches, number 1, Minnesota is trailing Iowa 12-0 through the first 3 matches of that dual meet being contested, I believe, in Ames, Iowa. And here we go, underway, 1:35. Riding time soon to be wrapped up, as you were. Riding time is wrapped up. So we're essentially probably about 7-1 here at the 141-pound match.
Beauchar better watch. He keeps moving backwards. I think did he hit a caution already for stalling? Yeah, he got hit on the bottom.
Yeah, he got hit when he was on the bottom over there.
He keeps moving backwards. His steps are constantly backwards. There's Hano. He's in deep on a single leg. Got a front headlock he's got there. Beauchar
is going to use the score. That's what we need to know. Let that head pop up, a little pancake. 102 remaining. Third period, 6-0. Sam Hano over Preston Beauchar of Wheeling Jesuit University.
1 minute remaining in the match. 1 minute.
And Hano is that solid. It's not that, Beauchar just wasn't as active as we're typically used to. But, a solid competitor.
His moves were well defended against, Hano defending. He's in tight again. He was on a double. He's cut across to a single. He's working up. Hano's trying to defend. Reach up in there and grab an ankle. Beauchar got the leg. If he can pop his head out, he should get
35 seconds remaining. He's going to trap that far ankle. He's going to bring it to his feet, trap a far ankle. He's got to continue to work to improve so that we don't get a stalemate here. He's in too deep to give it up, and that's exactly what happened.
Right.
Stalemate was called. 23 seconds remaining. 6-0 Hano over Preston Beauchar. Back to the center.
Hano's a great wrestler. He's
phenomenal.
He's defended everything that Beauchar has thrown at him, and what more can you ask for? And Beauchar hasn't slacked. I don't think he's stalled. I think the one stalling caution he got against him was a bad call because Hano had him flat on his stomach. There was not a whole lot he could do. We're
spoiled here at Wheeling Jesuit. We really are. Sean's put together a great thing. Oh no, here we go. Hano's in real deep. We can't give up a fall here. He leans back. He's going to give up a fall. Time's out. Time was out.
Yep, 6-0. I think that's a pretty good score considering the difference in wrestler we had here. I think Beauchar wrestled a great match. He just couldn't finish, and that's because his opponent had a lot to do with that.
Absolutely. So 7-0 victory for Hano, and we're going into 149 pounds. Skylar Terrell, unranked, versus number 5, Cole Landowski. Somebody from Wheeling Jesuit is going to have to step up and right the ship because the water is running and we cannot stop the faucet.
Yeah, right.
Terrell out of a storied wrestling high school in West Virginia, out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. He is a state champion from a few years ago for that graduating class, and we need to get something going here.
I like the movement. They're moving around, feeling each other out here a little bit, trying to see what they would like to do. Back to the center of the mat. Both men touching the head.
Terrell wrestling off an injured, coming back from an injury last year, seems to be starting to put some things together here, like what we've been seeing from Scholar the past couple days or a few weeks here.
A lot of movement on the mat. Nobody's done a whole lot yet. They're still working for position, moving to the left, moving to the right, touching. Front head, head to head here. Both guys trying to get some hand control, leaning on each other pretty good. That's when you usually see a snap down or a slide by.
Nice little slide by there. You notice the UPJ guys right now are taking shots off of opportunity, and they're taking great reshots there.
Right.
And it doesn't seem that Jesuit's doing that. We got to get back in here. We got to keep scoring and get back to that score first mentality. And once you score, keep scoring.
Right. Their reaction to the Jesuit people doing that first move has been pretty well the last 3 or 4 matches.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, they're out. They've come to wrestle in front of a good crowd here at the McDonough Center.
Yeah,
once
we
again.
have a great crowd out here.
And here we go, head-to-head snap down, and a little bit of a slide by there. And once again, they go off the mat completely. And I like the call once a foot hits the hardwood floor of the basketball court, which it's actually a wrestling area with a basketball court underneath of it, of course.
Right, right. Yeah, Skylar Terrell had a nice slide by there as well. And then he got into a high crotch. But they got off the mat and he couldn't finish it.
1:15 remaining first period, 149 pounds, 0-0 between Cole Landowski and Skylar Terrell.
He's got a front.
And once again, getting out of that
Pushing
shot,
the pace.
and Landowski's pushing the pace, he's attacking. And we need to see Skylar start responding to that.
Yeah, Skylar was in there nice and deep on a single leg, but Landowski got out of it, and then they're right back at the center of the mat, both on their feet again. Both guys have defended well against the other guys' chances that they've taken.
50 seconds remaining, first period, 0-0 score. Skylar Terrell out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, wrestling for your Cardinals against Cole Landowski, ranked 5 regionally, University of Pitt Johnstown.
36 seconds to go in the first period, no points, 0-0. They're tied up just slightly off the Cardinal in the center of the mat. Both gentlemen up and down, coming out, ready to wrestle, touching the heads, grabbing each other, trying to get hand control, leaning on each other.
Landowski's hailing out of New Kensington, Pennsylvania, and with a little bit of it looks like he's got a front headlock.
I think he's trying to get a roll through there, Skylar Terrell. He's got it nice and deep, tried to pull him down.
Block and wrestling on the line.
Oh, nice slide by.
Went out of bounds there. I think a foot may have went off the mat. Good call. I'm okay with with that.
This is a good match, Rick. These guys are both very well
they matched up
here.
well.
They matched up
real well. We're going to go 0-0 through the first period. 149 pounds.
A lot of
Skylar
activity.
Terrell, Cole Landowski. Choice goes to Wheeling
shots.
Jesuit defers. Landowski chooses to go under. And once again, guys, we got to remember, it doesn't matter who scores first in a college match. Overtime, it doesn't go to an ultimate tiebreaker as it does in high school.
Right.
It goes to
Ride time?
Yes, if it comes down to it, it's who's got the most riding time. After 2 full sessions, false start, red. He's got another one to give. It takes 2, and after 2, you start getting points.
Right.
And
but at a 0-0, that's a big call.
Could be.
It could be. You might squeak out of here 1-0, 2-1. Who knows?
False starts are the only penalties that you can never, ever, ever be disqualified for. You get 2 warnings, and then you get 1, and it's 1 forever.
Right.
The only thing you can do is give up 17 of them, and the next thing it's a tech fall. Landowski to his feet. Terrell down to a low single, picks him up, takes him down to the mat,
down to the line,
and he just walks him out of bounds. See, that's good wrestling there. I don't mind that out of bounds. I don't consider that stuff because that's the same thing that Terrell would do in the center of the mat as he does on the end. That's what I'm looking for as an official. Is it the same thing? If it's not, you may be fleeing the mat, and that's the controversy we have right now. Yeah. What's fleeing the mat and what isn't?
Yeah, when you got his leg up, you have to drive into him, and you've only got so much mat. So when you get to the edge of the mat and you're still driving into him, they got to stop it when you go out of bounds.
And he's immediately out, and Terrell was looking around. He might have felt that Landowski may have jumped the whistle again. The official didn't think so, so we're to our feet, 1-0. Cole Landowski of Pitt Johnstown, head-to-head, center of the mat.
Hands on the back of the head. They come away from each other, working back to the center of the mat. Both men touching each other's heads. Looks like Skylar Terrell's trying to change levels here. Reaches up, grabs the head. Landowski's reaching under, trying to grab the right elbow. And now they're back to head-to-head, working for hand control in the center of the mat. Break apart. Left.
We're going to get some action here. 1:03 remaining, second period.
period.
1-0. We're Wheeling Jesuits down here in the second period. We got to get some action going. I don't think we've had a takedown all night into the hunt.
Here we
go.
There.
He's in deep. He's got to chase it. He's got to chase it. Keep chasing it. Nice little scramble there. Nothing yet.
Whoa.
Now Lewandowski's in the advantage position.
Oh.
Nothing yet. He's got to be careful not to pin himself. Still nothing yet. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. That's 2 takedowns for Lewandowski. Good little scramble there. Just didn't work out our way. We got to.
Nope.
Lewandowski keeps a hold of them legs in a Turk position, trying to climb the body a little bit.
Yeah, I was concerned there. I thought Terrell was going to get a defensive fall there.
And that's the second time they've been in that situation. It actually happens quite often. 5 seconds remaining. Second period, 3-0. Cole Lewandowski, Pitt Johnstown.
3-0. Right time, 6 seconds for Landowski out of Pitt Johnstown.
Coach Doyle for the second time to the table. He may be asking for a review of something.
Of the takedown.
Unfortunately, guys, we don't know what they're reviewing. We're not sure what he's looking for. My question is, if it is a takedown, he felt that he gave it too early. Terrell gave it up. So at what point does questioning that takedown not matter?
Well, Rick, if he's already awarded it to him, there's no sense continuing to fight from the position that you're in.
Right.
You move on to better your position.
Absolutely.
And then if Coach Doyle is correct and he did award it too soon, then it doesn't matter what he did after the fact, because once it's awarded, you got to get out of that position where you're on your back. They're going to look at the tape. Meanwhile, both wrestlers walk to the edge of the mat towards the table while the referee looks at the replay.
And here's the deal. You challenge once. Your challenge is overturned. You're done for the dual meet. You challenge, you're correct, and anybody out there want to correct me if I'm wrong, you challenge and you're correct and it's overturned, you continue to have that challenge. And I believe in tournament play, you get 1 per day.
Right. You know what? I think you have to challenge it. When you're in a contested match like this at 1-0, it could be the difference in the rest of the way this whole entire match could go. You have to throw the flag, per se, like in the NFL. I think Coach Doyle was right. I thought he called it real quick myself.
And what you have to realize too, you think, how's the replay going to make a difference? Because with a replay, you're able to watch it frame by frame by frame.
Right.
So it's like a camera taking a picture. Right. It's not in real time.
And he's really taking a good long look at it. So you know what? It must be a really close call, because he's really taking a good close look at it. The referee's down there pointing out some stuff on the screen. Can't quite tell what he's looking at, but both wrestlers are waiting on the mat. They're still looking.
But hey, you know what? While we're here, let's talk about the crowd. You know, Sean Doyle continues to get out there and get the crowd out here. You know, it's a nice Friday evening. You know, It's not too cold out. People are getting here. Once again, the Wheeling Wrestling Club, the coaches, the parents, and the kids are all here.
And you know what, Rick? That's one thing.
Every match, you can guarantee that the kids are going to be here. They love talking to the kids. They get the opportunity to come up and talk to the wrestlers.
Rick,
what other sport does that happen?
These college wrestlers are heroes to those little league wrestlers. They are heroes. They see them go out there wrestling with the Jesuit Cardinals. They're in a university here. When those little guys get to come here and walk on the mat, shake their hands and stuff, that does nothing but pump them up and say, you know what, I want to do that when I get older. And as we talk every Wednesday on our show, that, my friend, will change lives.
And it's the only sport where you're on the floor.
You and one other guy.
You can go up and talk to the official. You can go talk to the referee. Officials coming out.
There was no takedown. They're taking it back. That was a great call.
And the takedown is being wiped off.
That was a great call, Sean Doyle. I commend you for that, because I thought it was quite fast myself. And as they reviewed it, I think he made the right call.
Well, here's the thing. We should be getting our riding time back then.
They took it back to 0.
Right, but we should get our riding time back, because if it's not a takedown, he gets no riding time. If I'm not mistaken, maybe, I don't know if it should go back to 18 seconds or not. So there should be no riding. There should be riding time for.
They're getting it worked out. I mean, you know what I like, Rick? He's taking charge of the mat. He's the referee. He's taking charge. Even if he's got it wrong, he's taking charge, and he's doing what he thinks he needs to do. And they just put the score back to 3-0. I don't know what they're doing there, but he said there was no takedown.
Well, he must be given the takedown, because they put the 3 points back up.
He just said there was no takedown. What is he doing?
He did give it to him. So he's saying that maybe he was saying that the Wheeling Jesuit lost their review.
He's out. It's 3-1. Skylar Terrell's
I thought he wiped it off. So Terrell's out, and here he's going to be aggressive. 9 seconds of riding time for Landowski. A minute 46 seconds. We need a takedown here. Terrell,
don't get stupid.
Yes,
don't get
be overly aggressive.
Don't be stupid.
Nothing yet. And we're going to go with a
potentially dangerous.
Yeah, potentially dangerous there on the line. Here comes Skylar Terrell. Looks to be starting to get woken up.
Here. Let's go, Skylar. You got to push the pace here.
Push the pace. Maybe get a stall call.
Yeah.
At least a warning out of it. Get a takedown before we go into overtime.
Right.
That way we got a stall in our pocket. Oh, great shot.
Oh, that was a great shot. He caught him off guard. Cole Landowski caught him off guard. That was a great shot. Just went in and went straight to a double leg. 5-1. Skylar Terrell's losing to Cole Landowski out of Pitt Johnstown with 1:18 left to go in the third period.
And coming up at 157 pounds, Dominic Nania, number 5 ranked originally against Kevin Sanan.
That was a great first move. He's straight out.
And here we are,
out and we're at 5-2.
112 remaining. Third period, 5-2 Landowski. We're going to need a takedown, give up the reversal and another takedown to tie this match.
Take him down, let him up. Go for the tie.
Oh, nice slide by.
Yeah,
5-4.
Let him up. There you go. Now
here we go. 54 seconds remaining. 6-4.
This is an
Landowski.
exciting match. This is a great match. These two are they are really pushing the pace. I think if Skylar Terrell continues to push the pace, the other guy should get hit for a caution for stalling because he's been going backwards for about the last 15, 20 seconds.
Well, right now Skylar Terrell's got to play it smart. There's no reason to get desperate.
Right.
He's been in this situation before. He's wrestled tons and tons of wrestling matches. He's just got to secure a takedown. 37 seconds
he's got
remaining.
Leverage on him.
Third
if he drives
second.
into him, I think he can get him.
I don't feel that here's a position for the referee to hit a stalemate, but I'm feeling that it's more of a he's back. Landowski's backing straight up.
He's backing straight up. He has been for the past 20 minutes or 20 seconds. He's in nice and tight there, but they're completely out of bounds. All right, 17 seconds to go. 6-4. Cole Landowski leads Skylar Terrell at Wheeling Jesuit University. We got 17 seconds to go. Somebody's got to do something.
15 seconds.
Here's where Terrell's gonna have to score. 11 seconds remaining.
Tried a lateral drop.
Yeah, tries to drop
he
again.
Tried a lateral drop and got caught.
You got to try to do something.
But you know what, Rick? You got to commend him. He did not quit. He tried everything he could possibly do, even down to the last 1 second. Great match, Skylar Terrell. You didn't win, but I tell you what, that was a heck of an effort. 14-0.
14-0 at this time is the Mountain Cats of Pitt Johnstown. And here we go, Dominic Nania. Big move, Dominic Nania. Wrestling Kevin Sanan, I believe is the pronunciation of it. We cannot go.
Another match. They have to get this one.
We've got to score.
Let's go, Cardinals. Let's go, Nania.
As we've all become accustomed to, Nania is known for big moves, scores a lot of points, gets into a lot of battles. And here's and he slides it right through his back.
He's got him straight to his back. He's got him tight. We need this one. Boom! There it is. Pin. 2:44 in the first. That was nice.
And as I said, Scott, Dom Nania, big move, quickly to make it 13-6.
He caught him, flicked him over with his leg, threw him right down the mat. And you know what? Like I said earlier, the ref's fast on his calls, but he's been consistent. He was right on top of him, and he called it.
Hey, and we're getting, through the first 5 matches, 13-6. Wheeling Jesuits down.
That was an amazing match. They needed that. That puts them right back into this, Rick. Now they can come back in the second half of this match, maybe squeak a win out here.
That's a big match there. It's a huge win for Jesuit. We need it right before halftime. There'll be a 10-minute intermission here, and it was just, for lack of a better words, it was an ugly first 5 matches for Wheeling Jesuit. I'm hoping that Sean Patrick Doyle grows higher than this 5'8" frame, and he is standing
giving him a couple inches.
He's standing on a chair, screaming and being very intense here as he's talking to his wrestlers.
I guarantee you they're going to come out. They're going to be a little more passionate, a little more excited the second half of this match, Rick, because you know what? That match right there, that pin going into the halftime here, brought them straight back into this thing, 13-6. They got a chance. If they lose that match or if it's close and they don't get that 6 point, it's pretty much over. But now they got a chance. And I think if he can light a fire under him and then come out here and deliver and buy what he's selling, the Cardinals are going to be right back in this, and it's going to come down to the last match, maybe the last 2 matches.
Well, if you look at what we got coming up, we've got a higher-ranked wrestler at 165, a higher-ranked wrestler at 174, a higher-ranked wrestler at 184. In the last 2 matches, nobody's ranked.
Right. Who wants it?
This is being a heavyweight, you can eat all the chicken wings you want. But when it comes down to it, when the match is on your shoulders,
can you bring it
That's
home?
it. That's it. And we'll be right back here to the Alma Grace McDonough Center in Wheeling Jesuit University. Once again, the score is Wheeling Jesuit 6, Pitt Johnstown 13. And we'll be back with more action after this.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports. There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
ranked higher in 3 of the 5 matches, and the other 2, neither wrestler is ranked. And we are underweight 165 pounds. Reese Wall-Brown and Bo Bonzo, center of the mat, tied up, no action yet. Little duck under into a single leg. Wall-Brown is in good, takes him, nothing yet. Oh, that was defended greatly by Bonzo. Bonzo coming in on an ankle pick, good cross face by Wall-Brown as they go out of bounds. Out of bounds, 2:33 remaining in the first period. Great action so far. Wall-Brown looks as if he's coming out. Oh, it looked like he hit a little duck under there. I'm sorry, high crotch to an ankle pick, nothing going. On their knees to their feet, center of the mat on the Cardinal. Wall-Brown once again looks like a little shuck by to attempted a high crotch there. Good wrist control there, good head position. They're now head to head. No action in the center of the mat. Circle, 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 a little half of a shot by Bonzo to his feet, back into a tie on the far left side of the mat. And they go out of bounds, no action, no score in the first period. 13-0 team score, University of Pittsburgh Johnstown. Looks like we've got some blood time. We've got some blood time, and it is going to be Reese Wall-Brown. Looks like he has some blood, and they're tending to him right now. What a great way to finish. A great way to finish the first half of wrestling for Jesuit. Giving up four matches there right out of the gate to get a big pin by Dom Nania to go into halftime. It was like we said, Scott, Nania is going to score points, and he's going to score points fast. He's a big move kind of guy, and nobody needed it more than the Cardinals of Wheeling Jesuit at that time.
I agree 100%, Rick. I think that is the match that they needed to right the ship. Now I think they get a new start here at 13-6. If they can steal a pin here in the next 3 matches, which they have ranked wrestlers on the Jesuit side, a 5, a 4, and a 5, they could be right back in this thing and possibly even take the lead here in the next match or 2.
You know, we got to just chip away. I'd like to see us come out of this with a decision, get that to 13-9, get into Sawyer Lepla, another wrestler who's known for who can score some big points, get us some bonus points. And here we go once again, 0-0. Ladies and gentlemen, we know, now we know that you can see the clock on your screen. We don't need to reference it as much. A little duck under attempt there, nothing doing. Defended. Oh, I'll tell you this.
Oh, the action in this match is phenomenal already. We got a front headlock by who we got here?
Bonzo.
He's got a front headlock. Wall-Brown was real active there. He got in real nice and deep, but then he shucked him off and grabbed him in that front headlock, and now we're kind of at a stalemate in the middle of the match here, or the mat.
And
back to their feet.
Back to his feet. Looks like another one of those pretty evenly matched, matches here. I'm just hoping it doesn't end as bad as the last evenly matched where he had. We just got to continue to build off of Nania's pin.
Yeah, Wall-Brown's he was in tight on the single leg there, but lost it. Trying to slide by.
And looks like we're going to be Bonzo's in tight, nothing in. He who has their head higher usually wins these battles. And Bonzo has his head higher, back to his feet. He's trying to do he's got a little bit of a.
He's got to get that leg out, I think. Don't he, Rick? He can't get that leg out. It's going to be a stalemate. Call it.
33 seconds remaining.
There you go.
The stalemate.
That was it. That was very well defended by Wall-Brown. He was in a very precarious situation. He could have given up 2 points easily, but keeping hold of that ankle was able to deny Bonzo those 2 points. And Bonzo's been shucked a couple of times like that, on a slide by. If he doesn't watch, I think Wall-Brown's going to score some points on that move here.
And you can see Bonzo trying to defend that, just going in with a good tight ear-to-ear tie, try to control a wrist, try to control an elbow, and try to score something here before the end of the first period, where we're 0-0, 165-pound match. Reese Wall-Brown of Wheeling Jesuit and Bo Bonzo out of UPJ.
Right.
And it is 0-0 once again through the first period, and it's Wheeling Jesuit's choice. Jesuit chooses
first.
to defer
I think he deferred. Coach Dooley just gave him the defer sign. They're going to defer in the third period. Maybe try to get some ride time here. Maybe get a turn, score points or 2. But it's tough in college wrestling here. It's tough to hold a guy down for 2 minutes. So.
And that's why you get a point for riding time. It's tough to do it for 1 minute.
Yeah, right.
That's why you're rewarded when you do that.
Exactly.
And we're underway, and
He's up and
Bozo
out.
to his feet. I'm sorry, Bonzo's
Bonzo's up, one
feet.
zip. We get a takedown here, though, it'll be 2-1. So I think if Wall Brown keeps continue to push the pace and try that little slide by, I think he's going to be able to get a takedown here.
And he was snapped to the mat there. Now he gives up
Oh,
the
he gave up
takedown.
2.
So it is now 3-1. Bo Bonzo of University of Pitt Johnstown, second period.
He's got a nice tight waist there. Looks like he's trying to get some hand control, pull it
Wall
across
Brown.
the face.
Yep, Wall Brown broken flat down. Needs to start working his way back up to a base here.
Yeah, you can do nothing from your belly when you're wrestling. You have to get up at least onto your knees and your hands, Wall Brown, to make something happen. What's the call here?
Looks like we may have blood time again. I don't think it's blood time. I think the nose plug of Wall Brown has
Came out on the mat.
dislodged.
Yeah, it came out on the mat.
There is, blood time isn't a factor at this point. 13-6 on the scoreboard, the team score. University of Pitt Johnstown leading the domain.
They're all over that blood, though. Don't worry about it. The mat's going to be clean. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 people out there cleaning that baby
trainers.
off. That's
We've
right.
got 5 trainers and Coach Doyle. And maybe I can't see from here if he is bleeding. It's irrelevant. We're getting the mat cleaned up. And down 3-0 here in the 165-pound match is Reese Wall Brown. We're going to need to start scoring.
He's got to get out. He's got to get out.
Other than Dominic Nania's pin, it's just not been quality, tonight.
No.
Jesuit looks a little bit flat. I think they've got 1 takedown so far through 5 matches.
They seem to be able to get some good opportunities and nice and tight on some shots, getting in with a chance for some double legs, cut to a single leg. But the defense of the Johnstown wrestlers has been phenomenal tonight. And there was a couple times I thought they got kind of lucky. But overall, I think they've been pretty phenomenal in their defense when the Jesuit wrestlers have been able to get in nice and deep on a takedown move.
And wrestling fans of you out there who are not watching the match, through the first 5 matches at intermission, Iowa leads Minnesota 15-3. And here we go. We're underway.
Ride
once
time's
again.
over 30 seconds now. He's trying to sit down. He's trying to get a reverse here. Wall Brown, he's got his hips out, and he's got his leg or his hand in deep in the crotch. If he can just get that left hip out, he can get that turn. What is the call?
We got stalling on
Stalling
the University
red.
of Pitt Johnstown. Made that call. That's a. I don't know. I think he's chasing, trying to improve his position. All in all, though, hey.
You're on top. You got to try to turn for back points.
Stalling against, the Mountain Cats, so, hey, we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take that.
And we're underway. 49
Brown's gonna
seconds
get up.
remaining for us.
Cross face by Bonzo. Wall Brown's down flat on his stomach again. He's broken down his base. Bonzo has. Looks like he's trying to work a tight waist, maybe an arm bar or something there.
Johnstown has done a phenomenal job today, from the top position. And
I
right
agree.
now, that's been a huge difference. We're unable to get out. And,
Right.
and if you don't get out, you can't get a takedown. If
Right.
you can't get a takedown, it's tough to win a match.
Right, you have to get out here because your chances of scoring 3 in the third period, and when you're down 3-0, is going to be pretty hard. If you at least get that first hard point in this period, get out and get your 1, then you got a chance. You get a takedown, at least you got a chance.
And there, once again, Wall Brown was attempting to do a reversal, and Bonzo was able to defend it and get back behind. And it's going to come to the end of the second period, essentially, with riding time at 1:31.
It can't be a factor unless it goes for Pitt Johnstown.
And it's Jesuit's choice. Jesuit chooses neutral. We're going to go from our feet. We need to score. We need to score some takedowns. We need to storm quick. So it looks like we're going to have to
There
go.
we go, Wall Brown. He shot in.
We're at 3-0. They're back on their feet. Both of them overhook. Both of them underhook. Both of them head on the shoulder, and they're broke away. And we're continuing to to be in this position.
Yeah, Wall Brown's got to push this pace. He's down 3 points. He's only got 1 minute and 40 seconds left. He's got to get a takedown, try to turn this guy, or take him down, let him up. He's getting a little bit sloppy, I think.
Well, we're going to need essentially 3 takedowns here because we're going to have to either ride and get that riding time down, but we're going to have to start scoring fast or get a big move here.
It was a nice fake, but he just got out of position. I think he got a little careless there, Rick. Trying to make something happen, got out of position and gave up a couple of easy points. And if you've ever wrestled and you're out there and you've done that and you're down 5-0 with a minute to go, you're just thinking inside your brain, my goodness, what the heck did I do that for?
Just score. You're just thinking score.
Right.
And another stalling call, and there's going to be 1 green.
5-1, 5-1.
So down 5-1 here, we're going to have to.
He's got to get out. That would make it 5-2, and then get a takedown. What are you going to do? Maybe a reverse?
We're down with riding time. I mean, the riding time is secure, so we're at 6-1 here. 50 seconds remaining. We're going to have to get out and
no movement on the bottom again.
We got to get that. We got to win the battle with the first move. It's a lot easier said than done.
Yeah. Oh, I understand that.
From two mid 40 aged men, it's a lot easier to say that from up here.
It's real easy to say that standing up here on the track watching them wrestle.
30 seconds remaining. 30 seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
You know what, Rick, I had this match going the other way, so this is a huge letdown, I think, for the Cardinals, and I think they believe they could win this match as well. So coming in here with 19 seconds left, 5-1, essentially 6-1 because the ride time is locked up. It's going to be tough to overcome.
We're really getting rode. We're getting rode like a show pony at this point throughout the, and we got hit for stalling twice within 30 seconds there because we're just not moving.
Right.
And it's not lack of effort is what the officials seen. I don't know if that's the case, but that's basically what the official is seeing there. And we got Walbrown's got to come out. And like I said, it's easier said than done. So here we go.
Agree.
Here's another match that I was looking forward to. 174 out of Cambridge, Ohio. Sawyer Lepla and his opponent.
Rick, we get a pin here. If Jesuit can get a pin here, puts him right back in it. So it's one of those. This match is not over by a long shot. Jesuit can win this one and the next one. This is going to come down to the last match of the night, and those are the kind of matches I like to be involved in. They're tied up head-to-head in the center of the match. Look like they're somebody trying to get some position here. Maybe get some hand control, some wrist control, something. There's a little snap down.
Little sweep single there by Sawyer Lepla, and they're staying head-to-head, fighting for some head position and taking control of that head, putting pressure on the head, staying heavy on there, wearing your opponent down from start to finish is Lepla's style of wrestling. Once again, another...
Try to drag him by.
Yeah.
Guess it's all about that positioning there. Get a hold of the head, try to get him out of position, and get around the back to him, grab a leg or something here.
It looks as if Sawyer may be having a little bit of a shoulder issue. He's got that shoulder wrapped. It probably doesn't affect him too much when he's wrestling, but I'll bet you it's darn sore, after the match is over. But we definitely need to see Sawyer come through here. We need to get a win. A pin would be great to get us back in there at 16-12 with 3 matches remaining. But we can't go 0-4 again, or it's over.
No, you're absolutely right. It looked like Lepla was trying to get some kind of underhook there, maybe to better his position, but they continue to fight for head control on the edge of the mat towards the stands. Tried a little snap down. Now, who we got here? Blankenship. Looked like he tried to grab a leg there.
And Jesuit, who has a great crowd here, we've got to be able to get the crowd into the action.
Right.
At the intermission, you can feel it being a little bit of, extremely electric. And after the loss at 165, you can see that the crowd, who is still here, they haven't left. They believe in this team, and they've seen them. That was
some pretty good moves there by Lepla. A little, like I said, once again, the old slide by. He got into a nice double, but they too far out of bounds, and the ref stopped the action, moved them back to the center mat. Once again, here we are fighting for hand control and head control, and seeing who can get in a better position, maybe be able to get a takedown here.
And Sawyer's been known to come up with a big move or two of his own.
Lepla maybe going for a trip. Looks like he's picking him up. Ooh.
Nothing there, going out of bounds.
What's he trying there? What was
Dom
that, pancake?
He had 2 underhooks.
It looked like he had a pancake.
And Dom Nania comes off the bench cheering, trying to get this team back into it.
Right. That's awesome to see the other guys over there, attentive 100% into the match, what's going on, trying to encourage their teammate to make something happen out there on the mat.
Head-to-head, center of the mat. Lepla, again, working the head, staying heavy on the head, wearing Blankenship down as much as he can through the first period where it's nothing, 174 pounds.
Trying another little snap down. He's got the arms extended out, trying to get some hand control.
Now, Blankenship with a little, there we go, better head position with Lepla righted corrected that position real quickly as they go out of bounds in that area for the second to third time.
It kind of looks like that Lepla's trying to either set him up there for a drag or a slide by, but like he's maybe for a lateral drop or some kind of throw. He's got him pushing real hard, leaning real hard on him, and the way he's snapping his head down and getting him to move. At that one move there, it looked like he was going to try to maybe a lateral drop or something there.
End of the first period, it's 0-0. Pitt Johnstown's choice. They chose to not defer, and they chose down. They're going
Good choice, I
underneath
think.
to continue to try to score and put the pressure on them. Whistle goes. Lepla pressure forward. Blankenship to his feet. Lepla off the ground. Blankenship blocks. And Lepla just kind of let him go there and let's go neutral for the remainder of the period. 1-0.
And Rick, that's where Johnstown has beaten this team today. They have come out and scored from the bottom. And like you said, they have pushed it and put the pressure on the Jesuit wrestlers. They come out, they're leading 1-0. There hasn't been many wrestlers from Jesuit that have even got out of the bottom tonight.
They've been Pitt Johnstown has rode real well. Most impressive to me has been their defense in a neutral position. We've secured one takedown that I recall, and it was a takedown towards the end of the match that unfortunately made the match closer. It didn't
have any effect.
And Nania, of course, gets his takedown with his patented throw from when he's opponents in deep. But here we are, 174 pounds, chasing 16-6, and Lepla once again on the head, being heavy.
Rick, they started out they were on fire at the beginning of this match. They were both out there trying to do something, getting in some shots, trying to grab a leg, trying to grab a knee. Hasn't been much going on until just now.
Lepla's in
if
deep.
Lepla can get in here, if he can get him back to the center of the mat here, he may be able to do something. But well defended. The Johnstown wrestlers have been very well defending of the shots and the chances that the Wheeling Jesuit wrestlers have taken this evening.
Back to the center of the mat. A little over halfway through the second period here. 8 seconds of riding time for Lepla. That shouldn't become an issue. Lepla will probably go under and try to tie this up if we go 1-0 into the third period. Head-to-head, Lepla again, both hands on the back of the neck, just staying as heavy as he can. Blankenship
grabs the leg.
About half a shot there.
yeah, they ain't gonna get you far. Just make your opponent step back a little bit further. That's all. Nobody can seem to get to a position where they can get any kind of advantage. And a mistake. And that has been the norm for the evening. The Jesuit wrestlers take a lazy, I would call it a lazy shot in a bad position, and then the Johnstown wrestlers take advantage of the situation. It's happened over and over and over again tonight.
And absolutely, giving up a takedown
That's happened 3 times that they've given up 2 points in the last 5 or 10 seconds of a period, and I just think that that's a mental mistake because even if he ain't going to score, don't give 2 points away by being careless. Not at 5 seconds left to go in a period. That's Ricky Donkelis.
Absolutely. And it's just you're in deep on a shot. You're looking like you're going to score, and you're defended strongly, and it's the
maybe
next
he
thing
can get one back if he can get out of there.
And we're going to go into the third period down 3-0.
Huge deficit overcoming the third period. And Rick gets 1-0 if he doesn't get careless there on that takedown with 4 seconds to go in the second period.
Lepla choosing bottom at this point.
And I just want to point out that I saw Coach Doyle making some notes over there. I'll guarantee you that Mr. Who we got here, Lepla. I'll guarantee you he gets a kind reminder from Mr. Doyle to not be careless with 4 seconds left to go in a period.
And Lepla at the end of the period is pleading to the coach Coach Doyle to go take a look at the review. The review has already been used, and you can't review it at that point.
He's got to get out. He's on his feet. Lepla turns toward him. Get your one. He's working for hand control. He's got to work hand control. Pop the hips. You got to pop the hips and get your one. There you go. There's one. 2-1. Now we need a takedown.
1:30 remaining. Third period. Sawyer Lepla down to John Blankenship.
Right.
3-1.
Ride time is not a factor now that we're below 127 in the third. So it's going to come down to a takedown. If Lepla can pull off a takedown here, we can tie it up 3-3. They're doing the same old dance, same old song and dance. Hands on the back of the head, trying a little snap down with a leg grab or an ankle pick. Nothing doing, though. They're back to the center of the mat. We're going to start the action with 1:11 to go in the third. 3-1, Johnstown's Blankenship leading Sawyer Lepler of Williams Jesuit University.
And so, Lepler's going to have to be careful taking them shots on the side because he's getting out of bounds, and Blankenship looks to be continuing to wrestle before they're being blown out of bounds.
I agree 100%. He seems to want to stop, and Blankenship ain't stopping until the whistle blows, and that's how you win these matches sometimes, Rick. You think you're out of bounds, you think it's over. If the whistle ain't blown, that guy's going to continue to wrestle, and if you don't continue to wrestle, that's going to be easy points for your opponent.
And here we go, down to about 30 seconds remaining, third period. Blankenship of Pitt Johnstown leads Lepla of Wheeling Jesuit by 3-1. Neither wrestler has been hit with a caution for stalling. Lepla is fixing to, I believe.
Yes, I believe too. He's backing out. He's got to move into the mat.
Down to 15 seconds. 15 seconds.
Lepla in on a sweep single. Nothing.
7 seconds to go. 3-1. Sawyer Lepla losing to John Blankenship. Pitt Johnstown, we're neutral. Third period, 7 seconds to go. Lepla's in, tries to grab a leg, and Blankenship's just going to tie him up for the last 2 seconds of the match. There's your final, is 3-1.
19-6 at this time. University of Pittsburgh Johnstown leads your Cardinals of Wheeling Jesuit University.
19-6, Rick. This could, if they don't get something here, if the Cardinals can't put something on the board, it's pretty much over.
Well, we need to get a win here. It's just a matter of this time, just putting some wins together.
Can no longer afford to give away any points. I don't care how many it is. You cannot give any more away. You're running out of matches. You have 3 left. You have to score some points.
Chasing 13 points. And here we go. We're underway, 184 pounds. Ryan Winslow against Adam Nicholson. And, throughout the thing, I'm kind of speechless. Can't find the words. Just Jesuit with 1 takedown, if I'm not mistaken, through the night. That's through 7 bouts. Sorry, 7 matches, 1 takedown.
But you have to give credit when credit's due, though, Rick. The opponent, Pitt Johnstown, they have defended well. There have been some great shots. There have been some great opportunities for Jesuit, but the outcome has always gone to the Johnstown team tonight, and they have a say in that. So,
without a doubt, and I just getting aggressive, being aggressive. Maybe you're correct. Maybe they're just out wrestled.
Yeah, they have been out wrestled. And another thing too, Rick, I don't know what year the wrestlers who have started for Johnstown are in. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. But you got a bunch of sophomores over here on the Jesuit side. That could come down to experience as well. We've seen a couple of matches where in the last few seconds they got careless, took a stupid shot, got caught out of position, and gave up 2 points at the end of a period. And that's been the difference in probably 2 of these matches at least, where they could have stole maybe 2 or 3 points.
Absolutely. Winslow in deep on a low single. He's trying to
that
work
knee
his
don't look
way
good.
around.
There you go.
In another bit of a scramble position. Once again, Pitt Johnstown has the higher and gives up a takedown. In those scramble situations, I can't say it enough. Whoever has the head highest typically wins the battle.
Right. And that has been the mantra for the evening. Johnstown's come out on top on every one of those.
Absolutely.
Every single one of them. I don't know if it's because they want it more, luck, whatever you want to call it, but every time they've been in that precarious situation where the points could go either way, they seem to come out on top this evening.
And putting yourself in a good position to score is half the battle, and that's what the Pitt Johnstown wrestlers are doing this evening.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it looks like Winslow is trying to looks like he almost faced off there for an escape.
You got to love the riding of the Pitt Johnstown team. They have, like you said, they have rode like a carnival pony here tonight. They've been all over them. There hasn't been a person from the Jesuit team that's been able to get out from underneath of the Johnstown wrestlers.
No, and I hate
evening.
to say it, and Jesuit has always been good at getting, pretty good from, getting out from underneath. But, at some point you're going to expect one of the Johnstown wrestlers to put his hand out and try to grab that brass ring off the carousel from as well as the ride.
Yeah, I have to agree 100%. And here we're getting another example of it right now. He is all over him. Nicholson is all over Winslow. I mean, he is on him tight. There's no space between them. He's on top of him, working the hands. Got him flat on his base again. And he has no base. He's on his belly again. This is the 3rd or 4th wrestler that can't even get off their stomach. So that's a very good sign of a good ride from the top position.
Absolutely. We're through the first period, 2-0 Nicholson of Pitt Johnstown already accumulated a large amount of riding time with 1:24. Coach Duell off his feet and probably in a little bit of out of a little bit of frustration instructing Winslow. Now here's the thing, guys, is this. All of the Jesuit wrestlers from 65 through this match have been ranked in the region, wrestling unranked wrestlers.
And have been out-wrestled.
Absolutely. And here we go. Nicholson almost gets out. Winslow's able to get
for
in
a
on
stalemate.
And we get a stalemate there, which I think is beneficial to us. But, to get a restart, we need to get out there and get at it.
And that's been a common theme this evening as well. The Johnstown wrestlers are fast off the first move. Boom, right to his feet. And I haven't seen that at all tonight from the Jesuit wrestlers at all.
Winslow was able to lift him up off the mat.
He's in a good position for a reverse, and he's going to sneak around. There it is.
And now it's 4-0.
That was a great reverse. That was a hard-fought, great reverse by Nicholson from Johnstown.
Well, when he got lifted and returned, he didn't stop wrestling. He kept wrestling.
Yeah,
found
absolutely.
an opportunity and scored.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Winslow on the bottom, down 4-0 here in the 184-pound match. Wheeling Jesuit is losing to Pittsburgh Johnstown by a score of 19-6 in the team score. 4-0 in the individual race here at 184 pounds. Winslow to his feet.
And once again, Rick, there is no separation between the wrestlers. Well, this time Winslow was able to get out and get some separation between himself and Nicholson. And now he's in his this situation has gone to Johnstown all night. They're in the nobody's in control position all night long. Johnstown has come out on top.
And they're keeping the head up, and it looks like Nicholson has a cradle locked up. He's trying to turn him. He tried to pull him over to the far side. It's in a strange situation where
Winslow can get up there and grab that head and drive forward. He may be able to get a defensive fall. Nope, the hands are tied up.
And it looks like we're going to go neutral.
We're going to go neutral. We get one.
30 seconds remaining in the second. I'm sorry, 31 in the second period here in the McDonough Center here at a campus.
Nice shot. Winslow's in deep on a single leg. If he can finish, he can get two here. They make it 4-3 going into the third. He needs to pull his head out. Continue to wrestle. He's got to continue to wrestle for the next 18 seconds. Don't quit now. You got to fight for those 2 points. And there he is in another precarious situation.
And here Pitt gets their head up in a good scramble position, and they score
once again.
6-1.
8 seconds to go in the second period, giving up 2 points.
And we're going to go into the third period down 6-1. John Blankenship, Adam Nicholson over Ryan Winslow.
Once again, Rick, the Jesuit wrestlers have been out-wrestled the last 10 seconds of the second period in the last 4 matches.
Well, not 4 because we didn't get there because Dom Nania come out, big move Dom, and shucked the pin out there.
Right,
so
3, the last 3.
Absolutely.
Now, if he can get the head here, he got at least we can get one.
Get one red, and we
and give up 2.
Give up 2.
Wow, 7-3. But you know what that comes down to, Rick? That's hustle, that's endurance, that's desire. That's that is the I will not quit. If you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me. I'm not going to do something stupid.
And they're staying, they're just staying in good position.
Right. And one thing I really, really have noticed about the Johnstown team, Rick, there's no separation between the top and bottom wrestler when they're on top. There's none. There's no gap at all. They stay in tight. They stay in good position. I've seen a lot of the wrestlers driving the knee into the crotch area, keeping it nice and tight. And most of the wrestlers, when they're on top, they're breaking the Jesuit wrestler down flat. So he ain't even got a base. They're just trying to work hand control and turn them. Even though they're not turning them, they're still riding them, and they can't get out.
And they're checking the score here. There was an escape given, and immediately a takedown by Nicholson. The score is 8-2. 2 minutes and 37 seconds of riding time. 1 minute and 26 seconds remaining in the period. And here we go. It looks like
Winslow. At least his first move was a good move. He got
I
thought it was 1 and 2 again. I thought it was 1 and 2 again.
8-2 minute blood time here.
And here comes the crew, all 5 of them.
They have a phenomenal athletic training program here at Wheeling Jesuit.
I understand that. At what point does the spray become more
detrimental
to the safety than the blood?
About a pint, right around a pint.
Yeah, about 18 sprays, somewhere like that.
Well, the crowd, let me tell you, is
stunned.
As being down 19-6.
But you know what, Rick? It's still not over. Anything could happen. 12 if they could squeak this win out and not give up any more points, they could.
Without a win here,
It's over.
yes.
But if they could squeak this win out, there's still a chance.
Yeah.
And if you're a wrestling fan, anything can happen in the sport of wrestling,
And I'll
as
tell you
we've
what,
seen this evening.
And, you know, another good thing about here at Jesuit, because wrestling's still a pretty new sport, what was really cool was the entire lacrosse team was up in the corner, you know, watching the match until the end of the Lepla match. They were here for the whole thing. So, you know, just a new sport to
Right.
them. Some of them may have wrestled, but, you know, that's pretty neat to see here at Jesuit. It's the difference. It's the first night that I've ever been here where we haven't had the upper bleachers pulled out with some. You got to remember, we're in the heart of the high school wrestling season.
Right.
We're in the middle of middle school wrestling.
Right.
We're in, you know, the youth kids are here because they don't wrestle until tomorrow morning. And so we got a great crowd out here.
Yeah, I think we got a great crowd for a Friday evening college match for a second-year team in Wheeling, West Virginia.
Absolutely. Not to mention that on the Big Ten Network. you
Nice
have
move. That was a great move,
Iowa,
Mr. Winslow.
Minnesota.
Yes, now he's in tight on the takedown. If he can get these two, we're back in at 8-5. He's got to he's got to secure the 2 points here.
1 minute. 1 minute remaining in the third period.
Watch. There we go. Keep fighting for it. You got to keep fighting for it. They're rolling around, trying to improve their position. If he can if he can get his shoulders
He's
to the
gonna
back,
sit him on his
he can sit him for a
fall.
tech fall or for a defensive fall. You got to watch it. The ref's got to watch it. And both shoulders down. There's 2. Take down Winslow. Now we're right back in this. 8-5. 36 seconds to go. He's either got to let him up and take him down, or he's got to turn him. And I don't know if he's going to be able to turn him in 30 seconds. He's got to let him up.
Nicholson beating Winslow 8-5.
There he is. He lets him up.
Pushes him away. 9-5. 20 seconds remaining in the match. We're going to need a big move here.
He's in tight. He's in deep on his double leg. If he can stand up with it, get out the back door and get his 2. There it is. Drive over him. Get your 2. That's 2.
We're
There
at
we
10
go. 9-7. 10 seconds. It's going to be tough, but he's still in it.
So he's going to have to take him down and take him straight to his back with riding time already secured
8
by
seconds.
Nicholson.
7 seconds. He's got to do something. Oh, he's backing up. Come on. There you go. Caution him.
And that's
Great
gonna be
match.
the end of the 184-pound match where we had a victory by Adam Nicholson.
Right. A little too much too late. But you got to admire the man's effort. He did not quit, and he went out there and he still tried to win that match, even to the last second of the match.
And that secures the win for the Mountain Cats of Pitt Johnstown as Maxwell Lacey of Wheeling Jesuit to wrestle Forrest Tuttle of Pittsburgh Johnstown.
All right, getting to the big boys. These are always interesting matches. They can grind out to a 1-0, or they can end up with a really fancy, real quick pin. Just depends on what happens there.
And right out
Tuttle
of the gate,
straight out of the gate with an underhook.
Underhook and a front headlock, trying to stuck him on by. Nothing doing. Maxwell Lacey has got his blocked that.
He's got to get up out of there or get them feet back, because he can reach right over and go to a cradle, which is what he's done. He's in tight on a single leg. And Tuttle's in tight. He picks him up, takes him down. There's your 2. Tuttle's up 2-zip.
And here we go with the riding.
The
Staying
riding,
heavy
yeah.
Already heavy on the front.
Yep.
Staying heavy forward, keeping that pressure moving forward.
Right, there's the knee. The knee's in the crotch, up nice and tight, got him flat on his belly. That's been the scenario all night long. Looking for a tilt, maybe. Is that what he's working for there?
Lacey needs to start working his way up here.
He's reaching across for the cross arm crossface.
Tuttle out of Clouders Point, Pennsylvania. PA known for being able to ride, and it's
shown.
we've seen it
It
tonight.
has definitely shown.
That riding time has already climbed to 37 seconds in the first period here.
Lacey's wrestling with his head on the mat. Anytime you wrestle with your head on your mat, you're not doing anything good at all. You got to get up out of there. Yeah, the knees are up, but you got to get your head up out of there. He throws a half in there. It's going to be trouble for Lacey. He's got the arm under. Tuttle's working that right arm of Lacey's underneath the body, trying to roll him over. There he goes. If he can secure the arm again, he lost it.
He's got
He's
a
going to
Turk
start
in.
back over.
He's got a Turk in, so he looks like he's going to go for a far shoulder.
Looks
Now
like
he's
he's
starting
trying to go for a cradle. Trying to work a cradle. If he can keep that leg in the crotch and keep pulling the leg up towards the head, I think he'll be able to get it.
Already over a minute of riding time
Right.
in the first period with 1:19 remaining.
And Rick, there hasn't even been a chance for Lacey to get out. Like I said, Tuttle's been all over him. There hasn't been no separation at all between them. Tuttle just continues to have his way with him. Now he's nice tight waist.
Lacey's starting to work to his feet. Try a little bit of a Granby.
He's up to his feet. There you go. He gets out. We get 1, 2-1. I think it was well played on Lacey's part there. That was a good move for him.
And here we go, head-to-head. Maxwell Lacey, Forrest Tuttle, 197 pounds. Wheeling Jesuit down and out, 22-6 to University of Pittsburgh Johnstown. Get a couple wins here, at least.
It's all about pride now.
Get a couple moral victories.
Yes, it's about pride. You got to finish strong. Even though you're out of this match, you got to go out there, and every single man's got to wrestle to the end of the time in their match. He got caught with a cowboy, and he didn't get to roll through, and now he's on his back. Lacey's giving up back points. Better hope he can hang on for 23 seconds. We got 22 seconds left to go in the first here, and he is in a very tough situation with Forrest Tuttle on top of him trying to get the pin. And he's fighting out of it. But Tuttle's working towards the head, trying to get him to turn back. He's twisted about 280 degrees. I don't know how much more he can twist.
He's fighting here, just fighting through the period.
Yeah,
as
fight
the
for
period
another
comes
day.
To an end. It'll be 7-1 at the end of one. Here, 197 pounds, Maxwell Lacey, Forrest Tuttle.
And how many times have we seen tonight, Rick, within the last 10 seconds of a period that a Jesuit wrestler was thrown to their back or taken down and gave up points? I don't know if that's a mental mistake or if Johnstown has just been able to just take advantage of every opportunity they've had at that late point of the period.
Well, we are starting the second period here neutral after Lacey was thrown straight to his back in a cowboy. Cowboys are effective all the way up as long as they're hit correctly.
Right, as long as you keep that arm. You have to keep that arm, and he did. And he almost got a pin out of it. I mean, that's usually what a cowboy results in, straight to a pin. And I think Lacey's getting a little too much of his weight forward. He's leaning and pushing a lot, and I think that's how Forrest Tuttle from Johnstown was able to take advantage of that cowboy. Caught him leaning a little too much and just grabbed that arm, flung it to the mat. Tuttle's been being pretty aggressive. He's going in there and asserting his position with this guy, and he's been able to do pretty much what he's wanted to do with him so far.
Yeah, and it's tough coming off the mat, coming off the bench as Lacey is right now. Team's not wrestling well. Everybody's down over there. And Tuttle coming in the opposite. Everybody's wrestling lights out. Everybody's performing. Everybody's executing. And he's in a different mindset.
He's feeding off the power, the positive energy coming from his team because, success breeds success. He sees all the other guys go out there and beat these ranked guys. He's like, hey, I'm going to go out there and wrestle my butt off just like my teammates did, and I'm going to try to beat this guy. And so far, he's doing a pretty good job. 7-1 with 43 seconds left to go in the second period. He's pretty much been in control of this match from the start. Well, that was a nice touch and go.
And he rolled him right through.
And nice out. There's two. That was excellent move, Lacey. That was some great wrestling.
That's a takedown that matters.
Yes.
Finally, we got a takedown here that's going to make a difference, maybe.
Yes, that matters. And what was the difference, Rick? He was out of bounds and he didn't stop wrestling. He kept wrestling. Now he's running a nice tight spiral ride. He's got to be able to stay on top of him and ride him out for these 23 seconds. That's been a huge difference in this match is the Johnstown guys get up and get right out. And here we see it again. He needs to get him to the mat. Somehow, pick him up, trip him, ankle pick, something, and he's out. He gets his 1 point. So now we're at 8-3, and that's got to be really damaging mentally whenever you're out there working so hard and you get a nice takedown, and next thing you know, the guy's out from underneath and he gets his 1 point right back.
After 2 periods, it's Tuttle 8, Lacey 3.
And here we go, 8-3 going into the third period.
And Johnstown's smart to go down. They've gotten out every single time. I would not go on top. I don't know. Did Tuttle or Lacey have the choice? Lacey.
And Lacey's going to let him out.
Fighting for head control in the center of the mat on top of the Cardinal beak. Lacey, I don't know, trying to push him off. Touch and go, maybe. It worked for him well last time. Going to stop in the action. The refs come over to the table, speaking to Dan Doyle about something. All right, we're back to the center, getting ready to start action again. And here we go. Tuttle ties him up. Both of them in pretty good position right now. And Lacey's trying to grab a leg for a single. Tuttle's got him in a nice, what do you got there? Front headlock. A spin behind, and nothing yet. He's got to take it to the mat. He's got to take it to the mat. And this is where you got to be acting like a crazy man to get out of there. And he takes him down. We got a score of 11-3 with 1:24 left to go in the third period. Forrest Tuttle leads Maxwell Lacey of Wheeling Jesuit University. And he gets out, and we get one. It's now 11-4, and they're off the bat. back to the center at the neutral position. Minute 14 to go in the third. I liked when Lacey was in there touching the head instead of tying up, trying to play this dancing game. When he just touched the head and shot in, he got in tight on him twice and got a couple of takedowns. I think he needs to go back to that. He was setting him up again. There it is. Same exact move. There it is. Cut to a double. Same thing. His touch and goes worked really well for him. He's gotten a couple of takedowns now off him. Let him up. Same thing. Goes back to the same thing. Touch and go. Because he's expecting to come in there and tie him up. Taps him on the head, drops down, grabs the leg. He's been able to score 4 or 5 points that way, Rick. 42 seconds left to go. Score 12 for Forrest Tuttle, 6 for Maxwell Lacey. The Wheeling Jesuit Cardinals need to secure a couple more takedowns here. They're wrestling for pride now. They can't win this match, but if they're able to hang on here and maybe score a couple of points in the last 2 matches here, keep a little pride in their program and not feel like it was a total loss coming out here tonight wrestling against the Johnstown University. Nice shot. He was in tight. Double underhook. He needs to get out of the double underhook.
And he was hit for stalling right there, or not Lacey, but Tuttle. It's 12-6, but he's got riding time locked up.
And he's got 3 seconds to go. This one's over. 1 second. That's the end of it. Your winner, 12-6. Forrest Tuttle over Maxwell Lacey.
Forrest Tuttle. Team score
25-6 now, going into the heavyweight match.
Cardinals 6.
We've got Corey Siegfried, DJ Sims.
Pitt Johnstown, redshirt freshman.
That's a big boy coming out there, DJ Sims. He don't look like he's missed many meals, huh?
Corey Siegfried.
All right. This is it.
Here we go. We're going into the
I'm the
heavyweight,
man,
the
I'm the
final
man.
bout. The final bout of the evening here at the Alma Grace McDonough Center.
It looks like Siegfried's giving up a few pounds to Mr. Sims down there. Sims he's a big boy. Wow. That's it, Siegfried. Control the head, get him out of position, and then get in there and work your magic. Oh. Little duck under there by Mr. Sims. He moves well for a big guy. Pummeling, rumbling, stumbling. Working back towards the center of the mat. Both of them trying to work for a position. And Mr. Sims reaches in and grabs a leg.
In deep, takedown Sims.
Indeed. He gets the takedown, driving the head with the arm to the mat. He's riding a nice tired spiral ride for a big guy. Wait, whoa.
Whistle blown out of bounds. He lifts and takes him to the mat just for the heck of it.
But
25-6, he's excited.
Hey, not only that, Rick, Johnstown has continued to wrestle until the referee has made him stop tonight, and that has been a difference in a couple of matches tonight. They scored some points when everybody else thought the wrestling was over. You got to commend him for that. Don't stop till the whistle's blown. He's going to put him in a cradle if Siegfried doesn't get his head up out of there. There we go. We got 2-1. DJ Sims of Johnstown's leading Corey Siegfried 2-1 with 1:56 left to go in the first.
They got in deep pretty early, pretty easily there in the first period, but we'll see what Siegfried can do here. Looks like Sims is kind of tapping the head down. Sims is very aggressive, physical, I should say.
He seems to be getting comfortable. He knows what's working for him. Push on him, snap the head down, and then move him. And that's kind of been what's going on. And Sims falls on top of Siegfried out of bounds, and they move him back to the center mat in the neutral position. 1:33 to go in the first. 2-1. DJ Sims over Corey Siegfried. I like the way Sims moves. He moves well for a big guy. He's setting him up for change levels. Bobbing the head, touch the head, and maybe drop down and grab a leg. Worked for him the first time. Siegfried with a little shuck and then maybe a slide by, but they're off the mat. How often you see the big guy run back to the center, Rick? Don't see that often, do you?
It's a lot easier when you're winning, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's a lot of guy to get moving that fast. We got a little pummeling going on in the center there. Somebody trying to get inside hand control, pulling down on the head. We got 1 minute to go. Mr. Sims tries to grab a leg.
Another sweep single attempt there by Sims. Sims continues to move forward as Siegfried tries to just continue to circle to the right.
Circle to the right. I think he's trying to keep him from getting a hold of him because it looks like Sims able to push him around a little bit. I don't know if it's strength or just pure mass, but it was a pretty good shot for a big guy there. working on the edge of the mat. He's in tight on another double. I like the way Sims is working. He's working it for a big guy. I don't know if I've ever seen a big guy move this good before.
Absolutely.
Heck, he shot 3 times right there in the last 5 seconds or 10 seconds of that wrestling before they went out of bounds. Siegfried and Sims working for hand control and head control. They're still working towards the middle of the mat. There's Sims working down again for a single leg. They're out of bounds. They're going to move back to the center of the mat with 12 seconds left to go in the first. Sims leads 2-1. 9 seconds left to go. Siegfried working for an underhook. Now both hands on the back of the head again. Sims slides him by. 1 second, that's the end of your first period. 2-1. DJ Sims of the University of Pitt Johnstown leads Corey Siegfried of Wheeling Jesuit 2-1. And Sims takes down. Siegfried gets in the top position. And wonder if we're going to see him just come straight up and out of there again, Rick, like every other guy from Johnstown this evening.
Absolutely.
He's working it. He's up.
And he's out.
And he's out. Here we go. Big guys working for hand control. Just shy of the center of the mat. Both of them are starting to lean a little bit more than the other, or than they did in the first period. And Siegfried tried to slide by him there, but Sims was having nothing to do with it. Now Siegfried works behind him, but can't get him to the mat. And we're back to pummeling again on top of the Cardinal. Sims seems to be I don't know what that was. Maybe a finger to the eye or the mouth. Siegfried seems to be getting a little bit frustrated. Oh, that was a bad shot by Sims. He shot with his arms out wide like he was Batman or something. He almost got caught. I think if Siegfried can continue to push this pace, he may be able to wear him down a little bit and have a chance to get right back in this match. He's got an underhook. He drive by. Yep. Thought he had a slide by there. Dropped down to a single, but wasn't able to perform it before he got off the mat. I think Sims is getting a little winded. He's been working hard the first 4 or 5 minutes of this match. And,
well, he's up 3-1 here. 45 seconds remaining in the second period.
Trying to get some hand control, head control, pummeling, inside arm control. Siegfried's working. Drop down to a single. No, he steps back. Back to the center of the mat. We're in the neutral position. Both guys working for head control and hand control again. And Sims shoots. He's in, but he's out. Siegfried pulls him up. He's got double underhooks. Tries for a trip. Nope, nothing doing. They're out of bounds by the scorer's table. 14 seconds to go in the second period. 3-1, DJ Sims, Johnstown over Corey Siegfried of Jesuit University.
Well, we're going to come down to the end of this, end of the second period here. We're in this match. We're down 3-1, and only 6 seconds of riding time. That's not a factor.
No.
So
we've
got choice. We're going underneath. We get out. It's 3-2. Takedown wins the match.
Right. Yeah. Come out, get a takedown. But what's been the common thread all night long? Nobody from Jesuit has gotten out. Nobody. And you know what? Sims is a big guy. And he's doing the same thing that all the other guys from Johnstown have done. Ride. Keep him flat. Don't even let him post up.
They've been lights out riding.
Siegfried's trying. This guy's on his feet.
To his feet.
He's moving. That's it.
Up
Keep
again to
working.
his feet,
Keep
and
working. He's out. Outstanding job,
3-2, minute
Siegfried.
37 seconds remaining in the period. And I'd love to see Jesuit end this thing at least with a match here, a win of a match here
right.
in this overtime. In this heavyweight match.
You know what? Siegfried's just outworking Sims right now. That was pure determination to get out of there from the bottom, and he hustled and he worked and he didn't quit until he was out. Even though he was off the mat, there was a person inside the ring, so he gets his point.
Absolutely.
Minute 17 to go, 3-2. Siegfried's got to work something here because he's got to get that. He's got to get at least one more point, tie this thing up, get more chance to continue to wrestle. I think if he can continue to move to his left or right instead of backwards, I think he can get him out of position enough that he might be able to score some points. Yes, he's been able to pull him to the side. If he can continue to pull left or right, I think he can get himself in a better position than just going straight back or straight forward. We're under a minute to go. Scores 3-2. Sims from Johnstown is leading Siegfried from Jesuit. It's going to come down to who wants it, Rick. Who wants this? Which one of the big guys want it more? Who's got a little bit of gas in the tank the last 15 or 20 seconds of this match? And you got to continue to admire the hustle of the Pitt Johnstown wrestler DJ Sims running back to the center of the mat. Both of them working for inside hand control, head control. Sims is really pushing now. Siegfried tries to take advantage of it with a snap down. Nothing doing there. He needs to really work some magic here now, Rick. He's got 20 seconds.
Yep, you got to score here. You got to go now. I don't
Yep, you got to go now or it ain't going to happen.
Nobody's been warned for stalling.
He's got to shoot. He's got to do something.
Oh,
He's in
doing
tight
a
on
shot.
the single. If he can pick it up, he's got to get up. Oh, and the same thing we've seen all night long at the end of the round. Gets in tight, gets a little sloppy, can't finish. He gives up the 2 points. 6 seconds left to go in the match. He gives up 2 points.
Well, at the end of the match is 28-6. Wheeling Jesuit. I'm sorry, not Wheeling Jesuit, but the University of Pittsburgh Johnstown here at the Alma Grace McDonough Center on the campus of Wheeling Jesuit University. You know, it's been
It's been a shocker.
Yeah,
I was shocked. I thought Jesuit would
either.
wrestle better than that.
Absolutely, and to go back through it all.
They got outrode. One of the main things, and I don't know if it was a mental mistake or if they just got out wrestled, but late in the period was when Johnstown scored a lot of their points within 10 seconds of the end of the period, and I will guarantee you that Coach Doyle will bring that up at the next time, probably as soon as they get back to the locker room.
Yeah, you know, I was expecting to see a lot more competitive matches. It was definitely a shocker to a lot of us. And hey, UPJ is a solid team. They're ranked 4 in the region.
Absolutely.
They're now 8-1. Wheeling Jesuit drops to 8-3. A lot of work to do for the Cardinals, and we'll see how they respond.
Yeah,
and
they'll be fine. They'll come back.
For Scott Jackson, I'm Rick Walker here on the campus of Wheeling Jesuit University. Once again, the score: University of Pittsburgh Johnstown 28, and the Cardinals of Wheeling Jesuit 6. Have a great evening. I'm Rick Walker and Scott Jackson, and we'll talk to you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.